Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2, Blind. Now, I'm in a bit of a pickle because I have this sun symbol and I don't know what to do with it, and I can't glide, so I can't get over the chasm right here. I thought I might be required to place it over here in lieu of a reflective disc, but obviously I can't because I can't jump the gap, and seemingly there's no way to drop it either. So yeah, I can't jump this gap because I cannot glide, and seemingly there's no way to drop it, and obviously I cannot get through this gate, because to do that I would have to turn incorporeal. Although, maybe if I do that, I am going to drop it. Okay, so I can drop it, which I guess it probably returned to where it was. But that is, because I don't, I need to find the other disc, I guess. Because I don't know where to place this sun symbol. So I have to find the other light disc to illuminate the other gem in the main chamber, and maybe then it will become apparent, you know, where I'm supposed to place it. It's pretty annoying that I will have to go through all of those shenanigans with the eye again. But there's really no escaping it, because obviously I didn't know where to place it, and so I had to drop it. But I will have to come back and grab it again once I know what to do with it. But to be honest, as of now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Like, I guess I'm looking for the other thingamajig. What's his name? The other sun disk, right? For the other side. And the only loose end, kind of, is right here, because there's this. What are you talking about? Okay, I feel rather annoyed because apparently this block is of the grabbing kind, but there's little to indicate that. I guess it is a little bit distinct as far as texture goes, but there were no scratch marks on the floor or anything. And besides, I was clicking the action key nearby before, and Raziel didn't grab it, so I am rather annoyed. But you know what? I forgot to empower the freaking Soul Reaver with the power of darkness. So let's do that while I'm here. Okay. Where am I exactly? Ah, back here. Okay, and there is the guy with the sun symbol. I mean, with the light disc. Okay, it's all sort of slowly falling into place. Because this will illuminate the other gem in that main chamber. Okay, and this in turn opened this, so it's pretty clear by now that I'm probably supposed to place the sun symbol somewhere over here. Right, there's even a special place for it. So, as I said, all has fallen into place. It has taken me a bit of time, but you know.
I plunged the Reaver into the forge and imbued the blade with the elemental power of light. Thus armed, I now had the means to re-enter the stronghold and finally use Mobius's time-streaming device to accomplish my own ends.
Okay, I also received an upgrade to health. However, I still don't entirely get how light is supposed to be an element, you know, as well as darkness. Do I need the Dark Reaver? Judging by the color. I guess not. And Raziel said I specifically need the Light Reaver to re-enter the stronghold of the Sarafan. So presumably I need to shoot the gem above the giant door. Is there anything else that would... No, I think that's what I am supposed to be doing. But wait, those were supposed to be open, right? Okay. So Raziel said I'm supposed to enter Mobius's time streaming device, which is near the beginning of the game. And I think it was protected by just the same kind of gem. So by that I presume I'm intended to open it with the Light Reaver. I need to go through here. I'm pretty sure. Oh, but wait, that's going to deprive me of the... that's an interesting conundrum.
Show yourself, Kain.
Here, Raziel. Everything is decided here. You cannot comprehend the magnitude, the rapture and the tragedy of this moment. And yet you must, if Nosgoth is to be dragged from the wreckage of its damnation.
I understand only this, Kain. That you and Mobius have impelled me to this moment simply means I can trust neither of you. I don't know who's pulling the strings, but it no longer matters, because I'm cutting them. I set my own course from here.
If it were only that simple.
Your fatalism is tiresome, Kain.
And profoundly ingrained, Raziel. You must understand, our presence here doesn't alter history. You and I meet here because we are compelled to. We have always met here. History is irredeemable. Drop a stone into a rushing river. The current simply courses around it and flows on as if the obstruction were never there. You and I are pebbles, Raziel, and have even less hope of disrupting the time stream. The continuum of history is simply too strong, too resilient. Except, then how do we explain William here? The beloved boy king turned tyrant. In my youth, I witnessed William's rise to power and his transformation into the nemesis who laid waste to Nosgoth.
Keep your distance, Kain.
Years later, I stumble upon a chance to journey back in history, unaware that the entire affair has been carefully orchestrated by Mobius. In my wisdom, I seize this opportunity to murder the young king before he can ravage Nosgoth, and thereby provide the catalyst Mobius needs to ignite a genocidal war against our race.
I warn you, no further.
This one reckless act unravels the skein of history. The nemesis never becomes the nemesis. William dies a martyred saint. I, the vampire assassin, become the author of my own species' extinction, and Mobius profits from it all. I destroyed a tyrant only to create one far worse. But how can it be so? How, if history is immutable? The answer is here in this room, Raziel. Mobius propelled William and me together, but ensured first that we were both armed with the Soul Reaver. The Reaver is the key. Two incarnations of the blade meet in time and space. A paradox is created, a temporal distortion powerful enough to derail history.
Is this your sorcery?
Not mine, Raziel. Yours. You have nothing to fear from me, Raziel. You hold all of the cards.
Then perhaps I should test your sincerity. If what you say is true, you should be terrified. I could kill you here and now.
And so you do, Raziel.
What's happening?
We're hurtling towards our destinies, Raziel. What you feel is the pull of history rushing to meet us. This is where history and destiny collide. If you truly believe in free will, Raziel, now is the time to prove it. Kill me now, and we both become pawns of history, dragged down the path of an artificial destiny. I was ordained to assume the role of balanced guardian in Nosgoth, while you were destined to be its savior. But the map of my fate was redrawn by Mobius, and so in turn was yours.
This is madness!
Fight it, Raziel. This moment does not have to be an ending. It can become a prelude.
I can't.
You can, Raziel. Look inside and see that it is so. You have the power to reshape our inevitable futures. William.
What is this?
History abhors a paradox, Raziel. Even now, the time stream strains to divert itself, finding its old course blocked by your refusal to destroy me. The future is reshuffling itself to accommodate your monumental decision. This is where we restore ourselves, Raziel, and reclaim our intended destinies. It may yet be possible for me to assume my role as Balance Guardian and return the pillars to their rightful inheritors.
To the vampires. And this is the destiny you have urged me to discover. I don't know what game you and Mobius are playing, Kain, but I refuse to be your pawn. Unlike you, I still revere whatever shred of humanity I've managed to preserve. You will not use me as the instrument of your messianic delusions.
Very well, Raziel. I'll not ask you to trust me. Your truths are for you to discover alone.
Humble words for one who presumes to teach me a lesson at every turn.
And continue your journey and learn your own lessons, Raziel. Remember, Mobius led you here, but you walk away unfettered. A champion of free will, and conqueror of false histories. There is much more for you to unearth, if you have the heart for the truth, and the will to see it.
Okay, so that was very interesting, the whole conversation with Kain, because he said something that I found particularly sort of fascinating. He said that they are pebbles in the time stream, and much as a river simply ignores a stone that you throw into it and, you know, finds a course, the water finds a course that avoids the stone that you threw in its path. Kain said that history and fate work the same way. So basically, I guess what he meant by that is that there is a preordained version of history that's supposed to happen, and if you even if you try to divert it, it just okay, the river has cancelled itself anyway, so but even if you try to divert it, it just sort of flows around your diversion and tries to keep its original course anyway. That's pretty interesting. I guess I was not supposed to go through here, after all. But he also said that the Soul Reaver itself is like an instrument of defying fate. Like whoever wields the Soul Reaver can actually whoever wields the Soul Reaver can actually change history. And that's what happened with William and Kain, and that's what happened right now as well. Because I was supposed to kill Kain, and you could see it was a very cool little cutscene there, because you could see that the Soul Reaver was moving by itself to strike him. And yet, Raziel was fighting it, trying to prove that he can make his own choice. That doesn't necessarily maybe gel with the supposed stream of history. Okay, I'm a little lost right here because how do I get through that other door? I will definitely need this, but I don't really know how to avoid losing it.
Over there. To arms.
Because if I try to get through the iron bars, I need to turn incorporeal first, and obviously then I will lose the Light Reaver, which I need. At least I'm pretty sure I do. Okay, but there is another shrine right here, which is good to know. And I guess that is a different door, so there's also that. Maybe I was supposed to go through here the entire time. Okay, I'm supposed to go through here, right? To get to the beginning of the game.
Seize him!
Okay, there's another light shrine right here, in case I lose it. but I am right where I wanted to be.
Ah, yes. I like that look on your face, Mobius. You really don't know what to do now, do you, old man? Here you are, caught without your damn staff. And I suspect things aren't progressing quite as you'd hoped. You're not used to the fly turning to confront you in your web, are you?
Kain's devious influence has poisoned your mind, Raziel. Now you see betrayal everywhere, even in your closest allies.
We were never allies, Mobius. Conspirators, perhaps. Briefly.
Why did you not kill Kain when you had the chance? He was at your mercy.
Precisely. I had a choice, and I chose mercy. And now I know your sordid little secret. The significance of that displacement I felt when the two Reavers came together. Strangely enough, I was enlightened by the devious Kain, not by you. In fact, I've learned much more than you counted on. I understand now how you've tried to manipulate all of history for your own personal gain. But now all your little schemes are whirling in ruin around you, aren't they? All because I chose to exert my will for once, rather than obey the demands of sorcerers and spirits and demons, all singing the same tiresome refrain, "Kill Kain." I'm setting my own path from here, Mobius. I intend to discover the truth behind all of this.
But you condemn us all with this impetuous act.
Hardly impetuous. It took all the will I could muster. Has my refusal to kill Kain reshuffled your carefully stacked deck of cards?
You really think that you're exercising your free will, Raziel? You're simply Kain's servant.
I do not serve Kain. I merely did not kill him.
Raziel, do not forget your purpose here. You are destined to be the savior of Nosgoth.
Oh, I'm sick of hearing that particular phrase. As for saving Nosgoth, so far I see precious little reason to bother. And I'll choose my own purpose from here on out, Time Streamer. Right now, I choose to manipulate you for a change. Go. In there.
What are you doing?
Come now, Mobius. You're a cunning serpent. You'll piece it together, I imagine. This error is of no further use to me. You will operate this device to provide me passage. I want to see the world in a simpler time, before the Sarafan began their crusade.
And what about Kain? You're leaving your core behind.
You kill him if it's so damned important.
You need only touch the two poles of the switch, and the device will transport you. But I urge you to reconsider.
You've lost your powers of persuasion, old man. Rot here and forget me.
Okay, so I guess I went back in time, or at least I intended to. Whether it worked as advertised remains to be seen, but I went back in time to the time where Janos Audron was still alive.
Even as I emerged from that infernal time-streaming chamber, I suspected treachery. The stronghold was vacant, derelict, and abandoned.
Okay, those are some seriously weird creatures. And I'm also dead. or as close to as to make no matter. Okay, but there was still passage. To be honest, I don't understand. Something must have gone wrong, right? Because why would the Temple of the Sarafan be in ruins? Like, was it... Because it's not like it doesn't exist yet. It did exist, and they already did paint all of the murals of Vorador. It's just destroyed. Raziel said he wants to go into the time before the Sarafan Crusades, but you know, they clearly do exist already. They built this place. They painted all of the murals and whatever. It is just in disrepair, so I'm a bit confused. But then again, as I said a number of times, I'm probably supposed to be. It's like the 4th time that I've jumped timelines. Oh. Those creatures exist in the... I can't let them kill me because I didn't save in like a bajillion years. Okay, this is certainly problematic. So I guess I just respawn if I die. Okay, that's certainly trivial. I just now noticed that the symbol on this waypoint is an Ouroboros, so I guess that kind of makes sense, you know. I'm returning to where I was earlier, in a loop, as it were. I wouldn't mind finding a safe spot though, because it's getting late, and I need to stop playing and actually go to sleep so that I can wake up tomorrow for work and not be dying. What are those? They look very weird, that's for sure. Okay, that was a human, I think. But I'm not entirely certain, to be honest. Okay, so the creatures and the humans are fighting. That's good to know, I guess. They look very bizarre. And I'm also dead. super dead. Yeah, and the murals of me and my brothers are also already here, so maybe it's actually the future, like even further into the future. You know, there are weird creatures everywhere, and the temple has fallen into disrepair because nobody has used it in a bajillion years. It doesn't make sense for it to be the past, and to be honest, it was very naive for Raziel to just step into the time streaming device after letting Mobius operate it, cause like, what guarantee did Raziel have that Mobius is going to calibrate it, you know, correctly, calibrate it in a way that Raziel wants him to? If Raziel himself, it was clear that he doesn't know how to operate the time streaming device, so how would he be able to tell? Like, for all I know, Mobius might have sent me wherever, or rather whenever.
Any doubts about the era I now occupied, this grotesque tableau certainly eliminated them. For here was Mobius, long since murdered by Kain, lionized and beatified as the martyred leader of his bloodthirsty crusade. And if I required further evidence, I needed only to behold the gruesome trophy Mobius held aloft. A severed head of Vorador. The final triumphant kill of Mobius's cutthroat mob. His execution marked the annihilation of the vampires. Far from channeling me into Nosgoth's past, Mobius had propelled me over a century into its ghastly future. The intent behind this little detour was unmistakable. Having failed to make me his obedient assassin, Mobius intended to keep me ignorant of my true destiny, which clearly lay in Nosgoth's past. While his deception only reinforced my purpose, Mobius had effectively stranded me here. This left me no course but to explore the era I now occupied and see what changes the century had wrought, following Kain's ill-fated decision. Perhaps time had cleared a path for me into the mountains, where I might unearth more clues behind the mystery of Janos Audron.
So I need to go into the swamp then. I guess that's what Raziel is suggesting. Okay, it's definitely annoying. Okay, let's check what has happened with the grave of William in this past century. Okay, I can't check because I can't get in there.
Raziel.
What pathetic charade is this now, Mobius?
No charade, Raziel. Only the entreaties of this martyred spirit.
Your pleas mean nothing to me after all your deceit. You have propelled me into Nosgoth's future, Mobius, and left me stranded here.
I am truly sorry, Raziel, but it was necessary. Consider it the last valiant act of a doomed man. You have strayed from your purpose, and now behold the result. Gaze upon the wasteland you and Kain authored together.
I fail to see how I'm responsible.
You spared Kain, and by doing so, you have released a multitude of horrors upon this world. I can accept that Kain has murdered me, as the Time Guardian. I foresaw that incident long before it occurred, and I take some small comfort in the fact that Kain remains the sole survivor of his vile breed. But you have single-handedly made my sacrifice meaningless.
Your argument is disingenuous, Time Streamer. I cannot see how killing or sparing Kain's future self would alter these events. This wasteland was created by Kain's original refusal at the Pillars. Amidst all these twists and turns, that event has never changed. You are cunning, Mobius. I think you've gotten tangled in your own web.
As Kain clings to his precious seat of power, the pillars sink into a mire of decay, dragging all of Nosgoth down with them.
I don't think this has anything to do with the Pillars, or Kain's failure to sacrifice himself. I think you're simply afraid, because you don't know what he's up to. He's a wild card, isn't he? And you don't want his influence in your game. Which is why you wanted me to eliminate him. Well, now that he survived, you have no idea what's coming, do you? Maybe, for the first time in your entire life, you're terrified that he may have truly found a third option out of the dilemma you orchestrated for him.
Kain's lies have addled your mind. Leave this place and trouble my spirit no more.
If you even are a spirit, you've forgotten. I have a way to tell for sure. If you're willing to risk it. I didn't think so. Either way, you lose.
Okay, I once again, I don't get it, because, like, it's obvious to me that Mobius is bullshitting me. The question is to what degree, because his argument makes no sense whatsoever, because he's angry at me for sparing Kain in the past, but that makes no sense because at the point where we were, in the tomb of William, in that cutscene with Raziel sparing Kain, that was just a little bit after the corruption of the pillars. So if I killed Kain then he wouldn't kill all of the guardians, and therefore their pillars would remain corrupted. And even disregarding that, Kain himself was just born in that universe, so he also existed as a baby, if I understand this correctly. So I'm not even sure if killing the adult Kain from another universe would have done anything, but even if it did, even if they somehow merged, even if there's a one Kain limit, as it were, that still doesn't make sense, because if I killed him in the past, then he wouldn't have killed the Guardians, and therefore the pillars would remain corrupted, unless that is the point, because obviously Mobius knows that Kain is going to kill him in the future, but he probably also knows that the Soul Reaver, well, he for 100% knows that the Soul Reaver is like a temporal wildcard, that it allows you to change history, actually, if you wield it. So maybe he wants me to kill Kain in the past with the Soul Reaver, so that it sticks in the timeline, and therefore Kain doesn't exist in the future, and therefore Mobius doesn't die, because Kain isn't there to kill him. So maybe that's his plan. Oh. Damn it, that's really, really, really annoying, because the game, I didn't even notice, like I didn't notice the sound being, looped, because I was so engrossed in trying to encompass the story, but the game has apparently frozen, which is really annoying, because I didn't save, because I didn't have the chance to, but I really have to quit now, so I will have to redo all of this off screen, which I will do next time I play, and I'll just start right after the cutscene with Mobius. But I have to redo all of this because I didn't save, and now the game is stuck, so there is that, but regardless, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.